finding the 10 best Hollywood movies. It's hard because choosing the 10 best works of cinema is like choosing the brightest stars in the universe. But there are still movies that are considered by audiences and experts to be the most worth watching of all time. And below are the 10 most worth watching movies that you should not miss. 1. The Godfather, 1972. We enter the shadowy world of the powerful Corleone crime family in post-Wabawaoda, New York. The story primarily follows the transformation of Michael Corleone, Al Pacino, the youngest son and decorated war hero who initially wants no part of the family business, as he is inexorably drawn into its violent, treacherous depths following an assassination attempt on his father, the revered Don Vito Corleone, Marlon Brando. Where do you even begin with The Godfather? Francis Ford Coppola didn't just make a gangster movie, he crafted an American epic, a Shakespearean tragedy about family, loyalty, power, corruption, and the immigrant experience. Marlon Brando's iconic mumbling performance as Don Vito is legendary, perfectly complemented by Al Pacino's chilling evolution from reluctant outsider to ruthless leader. Gordon Willis's masterful cinematography, cloaking scenes in shadow and rich dark tones, earning him the nickname the Prince of Darkness, creates an atmosphere thick with tension and foreboding. Add Nino Rota's haunting score and a script filled with unforgettable lines. I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse. And you have cinematic perfection. It redefined the gangster genre, offering complex characters and moral ambiguity, and remains the benchmark against which all others are measured. A true masterpiece. 2. Citizen Kane, 1941. The film opens with the death of Charles Foster Kane, an immensely wealthy and influential newspaper magnate, uttering his final cryptic word, Rosebud. A newsreel reporter is tasked with uncovering the meaning of this word, leads him on an investigation through the fragmented memories of Kane's former associates, piecing together the story of a life marked by staggering ambition, immense power, isolation, and ultimately, profound emptiness. For decades, Citizen Kane has topped greatest film lists worldwide, and for good reason. It was a cinematic revolution. At the astonishing age of 25, Orson Welles co-wrote, directed, and starred in this groundbreaking work, shattering existing filmmaking conventions. Its non-linear narrative structure, told through flashbacks from multiple perspectives, was radical. Greg Toland's innovative cinematography, utilizing deep focus, keeping foreground and background sharp simultaneously, and dramatic low-angle shots, requiring ceilings to be built on sets, a rarity then, gave the film a visual depth previously unseen. Beyond the technical wizardry, it's a compelling, tragic portrait of a complex man whose pursuit of power and control ultimately leaves him utterly alone. Rosebud remains one of cinema's great poignant mysteries. Citizen Kane isn't just a film, it's a declaration of cinema's artistic potential. 3. The Shawshank Redemption, 1994. Wrongfully convicted of murdering his wife, quiet banker Andy Dufresne, Tim Robbins, is sentenced to 2 life terms at the formidable Shawshank State Penitentiary. Over nearly 2 decades, amidst the brutality and corruption of prison life, Andy maintains his sense of self, forms an enduring friendship with fellow inmate Red, Morgan Freeman, who narrates the story and meticulously cultivates hope and plans for freedom in the most unexpected ways. It's hard to find a film more universally beloved than The Shawshank Redemption. A box office disappointment upon release, Frank Darabont's adaptation of a Stephen King novella found its audience through home video and television, becoming a word-of-mouth phenomenon. Why? Because it speaks directly to the human spirit. It's a profoundly moving ode to hope in the face of despair, the enduring power of friendship, the importance of maintaining one's dignity under duress, and the quiet triumph of perseverance. Tim Robbins embodies Andy's quiet resilience perfectly, while Morgan Freeman's warm, wise narration provides the film's comforting soul. It tackles dark themes, but ultimately leaves you feeling uplifted and affirmed. Shawshank is more than a prison drama. It's a timeless fable about holding on to hope, even when trapped within stone walls. 4. Pulp Fiction, 1994. This film weaves together several interconnected nonlinear storylines set in the Los Angeles underworld. We follow two philosophical hitmen, John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, their boss's alluring wife, Uma Thurman, a desperate boxer on the run, Bruce Willis, and a couple of small-time robbers, Tim Roth, Amanda Plummer, among others, as their paths cross in violent, darkly comedic, and unexpected ways. Pulp Fiction didn't just open in theaters, it exploded onto the scene, sending shockwaves through independent cinema and Hollywood alike. Quentin Tarantino, with his now signature style fully formed, delivered a jolt of pure cinematic adrenaline. Its fractured narrative, razor-sharp, and often hilariously mundane dialogue, stylized violence, killer soundtrack, and countless pop culture references felt utterly fresh and exhilarating. It resurrected John Travolta's career, made Samuel L. Jackson a superstar, Ezekiel 25:17, and cemented Tarantino as the wunderkind director of his generation. It's effortlessly cool, endlessly quotable, wildly inventive, and proved that sophisticated, unconventional storytelling could also be massively entertaining. Pulp Fiction wasn't just a movie, it was a cultural event that redefined cool for the 90s. 5. 2001, A Space Odyssey, 1968. Spanning millennia, this epic sci-fi journey begins at the dawn of man with apes encountering a mysterious black monolith. It then leaps forward to the space age, following a mission to Jupiter aboard the spaceship Discovery 1. The mission is complicated by the ship's sentient, increasingly erratic HAL 9000 computer, leading astronaut Dave Bowman on a mind-bending voyage beyond human comprehension. Stanley Kubrick didn't just direct 2001, he orchestrated a profound cinematic experience. This isn't your typical sci-fi adventure, it's a cerebral, visually stunning meditation on evolution, artificial intelligence, humanity's place in the cosmos, and the nature of existence itself. With minimal dialogue, Kubrick relies on breathtaking imagery. The special effects still hold up remarkably well. Meticulous production design, and the powerful use of classical music. Strauss's "Also Sprach Zarathustra" is now synonymous with the film to tell his ambitious story. It's deliberately paced, often ambiguous, demanding patience and interpretation. 2001 challenges viewers, pushing the boundaries of narrative filmmaking and leaving you pondering its mysteries long after the credits roll. A visionary masterpiece. 6. Casablanca, 1942. Set during World War II in the Vichy-controlled Moroccan city of Casablanca, a temporary haven for refugees seeking passage to neutral Lisbon and freedom, cynical American expatriate Rick Blaine, Humphrey Bogart, runs a popular nightclub. His world is turned upside down when his former lover, Ilse Lund, Ingrid Bergman, walks back into his life, now married to Victor Laszlo, a Czech resistance leader hunted by the Nazis. Rick possesses transit papers that could ensure their escape, forcing him to choose between personal happiness and the greater good. 7. Schindler's List, 1993. Based on the incredible true story, this film follows Oskar Schindler, Liam Neeson, a German businessman and member of the Nazi Party who initially seeks to profit from the war in occupied Poland. Witnessing the escalating brutality of the Holocaust, particularly the liquidation of the Krakow ghetto, Schindler undergoes a profound moral transformation and uses his fortune and influence to save the lives of more than 1,100 Jews by employing them in his factories. 8. Star Wars Episode V, The Empire Strikes Back, 1980. Following the destruction of the Death Star, the Rebel Alliance faces the full might of the vengeful Galactic Empire. While Han Solo, Harrison Ford, Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher, Chewbacca, and C-3PO evade Imperial forces, Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, journeys to the swamp planet Dagobah to train under the wise, eccentric Jedi Master Yoda, ultimately leading to a fateful confrontation with Darth Vader. 9. Psycho, 1960. Seeking a fresh start, Secretary Marion Crane, Janet Leigh, embezzles $40,000 from her employer and flees town. Driving through a storm, she stops for the night at the remote, eerily quiet Bates Motel, run by the shy, seemingly gentle Norman Bates, Anthony Perkins, who lives under the domineering shadow of his invalid mother. Marion's stay takes a terrifying, unforeseen turn. 10. Singin' in the Rain, 1952. Set during Hollywood's chaotic transition from silent films to talkies in the late 1920s, the story follows suave silent film star Don Lockwood, Gene Kelly. He, his goofy best friend Cosmo Brown, Donald O'Connor, and aspiring actress Kathy Selden, Debbie Reynolds, must adapt their latest picture into a musical while contending with Don's beautiful but shrill-voiced co-star, Lena Lamont, Gene Hagen. And there you have it, 10 cinematic giants, 10 reasons why we fall in love with movies over and over again. From mob sagas to space odysseys, from silent screams to joyous songs, these films represent the incredible breadth and depth of Hollywood storytelling.